Amit has graciously shared, per usual, Bank of America's latest analyst report for Palantir. To no surprise, they've reiterated their buy rating and $28 price target for Palantir, which has been for a while now, and they give their thoughts for the upcoming second half of 2024 for Palantir. So I'll only be covering the fundamentals here, covered by Mariana Perez Mora on this report. So they note first, disruption defined the first half of this year, where they're at least seeing disruption across many other industries, but also pointing out the economic narrative around inflation, economic growth, and the Fed's expectations. But to no surprise, they argue the biggest themes, and probably a lot of folks would agree, is artificial intelligence is grabbing all the attention, where they see this is still in the early innings, with expecting Palantir to continue to be positively impacted by this trend, and she notes a few reasons here to back this up. So first, they have defense AI integration. Palantir secured the recent Titan contract, of course, for the next phase, where they were able to be the prime on a hardware contract as a software business. But they also note how non-traditional contractors were awarded both for the attribution and more sophisticated future autonomous aircraft for the Air Force, which continues to favor Palantir as well, breaking into the space as a non-traditional player for themselves. So they think Palantir basically is in position for this because of the non-competitive deals that they keep on winning, simply implying that their superiority is there to provide what no other vendor can. And second, they believe Palantir is just strongly positioned to be the infrastructure play for the DoD that they will actually need to implement AI, essentially as the operating system. So these two are some of the biggest bullet points in the narrative around Palantir, at least on the government side, from Bank of America's opinion. Now, on the commercial side with boot camps, disruption seems to be the main ingredient from that summary, with legacy systems starting to reach limitations, as well as customers seeking a better way to actually utilize technology. They see Palantir as a benefactor on the commercial side with expanding their sales channel, with boot camps which are faster and cheaper than, say, those traditional 6-week-long pilots. But they also point out those joint ventures and key players and partnerships that they're doing and constantly see, like that most recently with Voyager Space, as well as the partnership with consultants that go out and use Palantir software to build out solutions for their clients here, and also the tried and true expansion within their existing customers. But they also do have to point out the elephant in the room. Sales still need to show the numbers that these are working to grow the company. They note that 90% of first quarter 2024 growth was driven by customers already existing by December 2023, and the incremental 40 plus commercial clients only contributed around $130,000 each to the quarter, way below the average commercial customer by almost 5 times for Palantir. So they point out the sheer numbers of organizations at boot camps though still, but ultimately still want to see as we head to the 8th-month mark for a meaningful conversion rate. Then for the other catalyst, a lot of other people want to point out too, S&P inclusion. As time keeps moving on with Palantir missing the last rebalancing but still maintaining their eligibility, Bank of America sees this opportunity as them eventually becoming a member still to attract institutional investors, passive and active as well, to reduce volatility and price swings with a more stable base of big money of buyers and holders. So this is not a surprise coming from Bank of America. And as noted, always take any information with a grain of salt from these analysts, considering this is their estimates and research. And of course, Mr. Market doesn't have to listen to anybody or even logic. But I do like the defense coverage that they provide, where I haven't really thought too much deeply about how other non-traditional contracts may be picked up from other technology projects for the DoD, which obviously still favors Palantir that's in the same boat for the next generation of defense contractors. But what are your thoughts though below? And I'll see you in the next video.